Hello, welcome back to Armchair Armory and welcome to the preview for this Saturday's away game at Turf Moor against Burnley. So, obviously our last game was our first win of the season, 1-0 over Norwich City at the Emirates. I thought it was a very good performance, despite the score, which again people used as a weapon to beat the team with, to be like, oh well, it wasn't good enough, you know, because we didn't win 3-0 or whatever. And it's like, well, the performance was good. We fought to score the goal and we fought to keep the clean sheet, and we got out there with a win. And I think that every decision that Arteta made turned out to be the right one. So I was pleased overall. I'm not going to get carried away because Burnley is the kind of next marker. Burnley is definitely going to be a step up from Norwich. And Burnley have been a team that, especially at Turf Moor, we've struggled against. So I'm not going to get too carried away about the fact that we won the Norwich game, because I did think we were going to win it. But I didn't think that it would, well, I kind of said it would be a 1-0 win, and I kind of predicted that the fans would still be annoyed even though we won the game. This one I think is a little bit more difficult to predict, just because our record against Burnley isn't great, and we do struggle against them both home and away quite often. So I'm finding it quite hard to think of a score, because it's at that stage where, you know, games like Chelsea and Man City, you sort of know that we're going to lose most likely, or we're not going to get anything out of the game, or the most we can hope for is a point, particularly City. With games like Norwich and Burnley, it's kind of like, if we don't turn up on the day, then we're going to get our arses handed to us, basically. And that's how I feel about this Burnley game. I feel like if we don't build on what we did against Norwich, we're just going to end right back where we started after the first 3 games of the season. And that's the thing. This is the opportunity now. This is the kick-on. This is now the, as they call it, the Kangaroo Petrol. This is what we need to propel, basically. Yeah, the Norwich result was something to propel us forward, and Burnley is to build on that. And obviously, as I said before, the Spurs game will be the bigger test. That will kind of be, even if we do beat Burnley, fans will probably judge Arteta more on Spurs. And I actually think we have a decent chance against Spurs, because I don't necessarily rate Nuno as a great manager. Like, I think he did okay at Spurs. I think he did okay at Wolves. The season they had when they got promoted to the Premier League was unbelievable. Their championship season was unbelievable, and then that first season they had in the Premier League was really good as well. And they had a couple of good seasons in the Premier League before last season. So I think in general he's okay, but that's the thing. I think Spurs, he was Spurs, you know, bottom of the list. He was like bottom of the barrel list, and you know, you saw on Saturday with their game against Crystal Palace that, like, they were awful in that game, really, really bad. I think we've got a chance against them, and the fact that it's at the Emirates as well always helps. We've got a decent record against Spurs in the last couple of years at the Emirates, so that's something at least. You know, that's the thing. Football is unpredictable. You saw on Tuesday night young boys beating Manchester United with all their Varans and Sanchos and Cristiano Ronaldos and all that, and they still lost. So that's the thing. Football's unpredictable, and that's the thing. Like, even though I was a little bit reactionary after the Brentford game, and possibly after the City game as well, I'm kind of at a stage now where I'm like, let's just see what happens. And obviously, if it does continue, great. If we continue winning and we go on a bit of a run, then great. But, you know, if it goes the other way and we start losing again and then we're still in the bottom half of the table, then we know what has to happen. I just don't think there's any point in throwing our toys out of the pram 4 games into the season. But yeah, I think in terms of lineup, it seems like he's going to go with the same lineup that started against Norwich probably. I think there is a plan for Ramsdale to basically cement his usurp of Bernd Leno's number 1 position. I mean, it makes sense because Leno isn't going to stay at the end of the season, possibly not even in January, so it kind of makes sense to replace him. But at the same time, that worries me, because if Ramsdale has a bad game, people are going to do the Martinez thing. They're going to be going, oh, well, this is what happens when we buy like a ish keeper that's got, or quote unquote ish keeper that's relegated, that's been involved in two teams that have been relegated from the Premier League, etc., etc. And it's kind of like, oh God, here we go again. And then they'll be saying that we sold the wrong keeper and that we should have kept Leno. And it's just we're just going round in circles here. But from what I've seen, speaking of Ramsdale, of the new signings, they all look pretty decent, I think, including Ramsdale. I heard somebody say the other day that these were sensible signings, and that's exactly what they are. I think for once we've brought in places that we've needed. They may not have been the quote-unquote wow signing that I heard somebody on the reference. Like, it's not, James Maddison or Locatelli or someone like that, but still, it's what we need if we want to move forward, I think. Let's just see what happens. That's all we can do at the end of the day. Like, I can sit here speculating and saying this, that and the other, but at the end of the day, it's not going to really change anything about what happens on the pitch. In terms of prediction, so this is I think the first Premier League game in the simulated game on FIFA that I've won. I actually think we probably will win this game as well. Again, I think it will be very similar to Norwich, where it will be either 2-1 or 1-0. I think if it's a draw, which I also see being likely, there's going to be another meltdown, I think. Because we beat Norwich, now everyone's all of those that have kind of gone back to the middle again, of like, let's see what happens, kind of where I am, where I'm always at. They're going to all of a sudden go back to the Arteta out camp if we drop points. So I think, don't get your hopes up, because I think this is going to be a very different performance to Norwich. I don't think we're going to be as dominant, and I think that, we know what Burnley are like. Sean Dyche, the Academy Sergeant Major, he's going to get them to kick the shit out of us, which is what they always do. They do to everybody at home. They kick the shit out of them. You saw what Tchaikovsky did the other night to Richarlison. So yeah, that's going to happen. They've come off the back of a loss as well. They lost away to Everton 3-1. And they played pretty well. From what I saw, they played quite well. They just kind of fell apart in the last 10-15 minutes. I suppose when you have Andros Townsend on your team, and Andros Townsend is a decent player, and he's got a shot in him. So when you get hit by one of them, it's obviously going to knock the wind out of your sails. So yeah, so they'll be looking to get back on track as well. Yeah, it's quite an interesting state of affairs. But if we can win this game and go into Spurs with 2 W's, then I don't see why we can't beat Spurs. Like I said, I don't think they're that great. They were very lucky to beat City on the opening day of the season. Who was their second game? Hang on a minute. Yeah, Wolves. I didn't actually see that, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the performance was like. But anyway, I know I watched the City game, and their game against City, and they were very lucky to win that, because City completely dominated them possession-wise, and they just had one chance, one goal, and they just defended very, very well. Particularly Tanganga defended very, very well to keep it at 1-0. But yeah, Burnley. Yeah, just looking. They currently sit in the bottom three now, which we've jumped out of because we won our last game. But their last 4 was they lost on the opening day to Brighton, lost to Liverpool, drew with Leeds, and obviously they lost to Everton on Monday night. So yeah, they're not doing too well either. At the moment, by form, we're probably in and around those teams. The 5 teams that you see at the bottom of the league at the moment are probably the worst performing teams in the league at the moment. But then again, it's only 4 games in. So let's see. As I said, I predict it's going to be another 1-0 or 2-1. It's going to be a very, very, very close game, because as I say, we always struggle at that ground. So I don't expect it to be an easy run. I'd be very surprised if we go there and the same with them. I'd be very surprised if we go there and batter them, and I'd be surprised if they batter us, because it never happens. from every time I've seen us play Burnley, and it's already always been like 1-1 or 1-0 to us or 1-0 to them or something like that. So we'll just have to see. I think I'm going to leave it there. Not very much more to say. So yeah, I'll be back after the game on Saturday with a review. So tune in then. Like and subscribe if you enjoy this. As I always say, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram under the name PI_FOGTV. So yeah, that's it. So until I speak to you again. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I forgot to say. It might be difficult because they might be galvanised by the fact that Sean Dyche has signed a 4-year contract extension. So they might be like buzzing about the fact that they've got the manager for another 4 years, or maybe not, I don't know. Anyway, until I speak to you again, take care and stay safe. Enjoy the rest of this simulation.
Played into the centre of the box. It didn't happen for them. A chance then for the respective managers to address their charges. It is half-time here. You've certainly got to give this man high marks for his work up to this point, Lee.
Well, Derek, you're right. He has played well, and goals win games. He's been a joy to watch in this form. Sit back and enjoy him in the second half.
And so the match is underway. Well, he had the measure of it, the goalkeeper. Well, he's given a corner, the referee. Well, nearly shaving the crossbar with that powerful effort. Well, they have the ball. Might be a chance here. Must score. And a goal! Now they've broken through. 1-0 here. Oh, big opportunity. Well, he failed to deliver that time.
Well, the manager can't hide his disappointment at not extending the lead there. It's still on a knife edge.
It's a weighted pass. And diving to thwart him. Well, he would love to have that header back. A goalkeeper on top of his game.
Well, that's like the other end, the striker putting it in the net. The goalkeeper has to keep it.
So into the second half, and Arsenal with a bit of work ahead of them. Bukayo Saka. Now the keeper grabs it. Taylor with it. McNeil. Over the touchline for a throw-in. Gabriel. It's with Takehiro Tomiyasu. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Just cutting off the supply. Wonderful challenge, and a throw-in coming up. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Well-timed tackle. Vidra. Unable to keep the ball. Good pressure to regain possession. Wood. And the ball's gone. Space and time for the cross. And he cuts in from the wing. Well, he stopped them in their tracks. And the counter looks on here. Options available. Do they have the guile to open up the defence? The cutback. Crucial intervention just then amid impending danger.
Substitution for Burnley.
Substitution time it is here.
Number 9, Chris Wood. Coming onto the pitch, number 19, John Rodriguez.
And he's fired over the corner. Well, the keeper very decisive. Over the byline, hence a goal kick. Weighted ball from Aubameyang. And it's gone in! Beyond the goalkeeper. Arsenal level.
Well, here's the replay, and the simplicity of the 1-2 is there for all to see. And it's a dream of a strike. Lovely languid style. What a goal.
So, a level contest, 1-1. And good use of advantage, the referee allowing play to continue. Still pushing for the goal that would put them ahead, but not forcing it. Can he find the net? And a pretty straightforward stop for the... Can he get them in front? That is what you call a gilt-edged opportunity, not taken.
Well, you visualise a game before you play it, and I'm pretty sure he probably in his sleep visualised an open goal, and he's just fluffed his lines.
Promising attack, this. Delivered into the area here. Good tackle. Goodmanson. Now the teams are locked together. Will it stay that way following this corner?
Well, a chance to take the lead, it really is. The crowd sense a goal.
Substitution for Burnley. Coming off the pitch, number 27, Coming onto the pitch, number 10, Ashley Barnes.
And now the delivery. Just couldn't capitalise there. Can they do something positive on the counter-attack? And doing the manoeuvring is Lacazette. Can he put them in front? And he thwarted the attack with a masterful tackle.
Well, it's been a frustrating day for these fans. They want a goal. They're urging their team onto attack.
He has time to play it over. And played to the front post. Aware of the threat, solving the problem. Lacazette. On the attack. Is there to be late drama? And it's Lacazette cutting in. Bukayo Saka. He read the situation defensively and did his job. Well, being pressed here, careless in possession. And the decision is one of offside here.
Substitution for Burnley.
And it is substitution time at this juncture. Not just from one side, but from both.
Coming onto the pitch, number 16, Dale Stevens.
Level pegging, but can they change that? Martin Ødegaard. Well, didn't seem to be too much in that offside decision. And the right place to cut out the pass. And 5 minutes to go. Lacazette. Can they forge ahead? Yes is the answer. And that could be oh so important.
Well, sometimes being at the right place at the right time gets you a goal. On this occasion, it's a simple goal from his point of view.
Well, let's take another look at that goal, shall we? So there we have it, 2-1.
Well, just listen to the crowd. They want a bit more. They know there's still time to grab an equaliser. Surely they'll get another chance or two.
And just the 1 minute left in normal time here. You know what? He's going to be annoyed with himself given the position he was in, Lee.
Well, yeah, they worked it really well, didn't he? He's got in a position to score and not really took advantage of that.
Brownhill. Well, on the attack, hunting for a late equaliser here. He's in with a chance. Well, he saw the whites of the keeper's eyes and the whites of his outstretched gloves. Great goalkeeping.
Well, he's denied a certain goal there. Great reflexes from the keeper.
Might be able to get in behind the defence. Well, he's given it away. And now it is official. The referee brings this match to an end, and it's a victory for the Gunners, Lee.
Yeah, well, it could really have gone either way. It was so competitive for much of the game, but they just kept pushing. They kept believing and probably deserved the winner in the end. Great result.
Well, he kept asking questions, Martin Ødegaard. Lee, what did you make of what you saw from him?
Well, grabbing that late winner was the icing on the cake. What a good performance from him.
Well, nearly shaving the crossbar with that powerful effort. Well, they have the ball. Might be a chance here. Must score. And a goal! Now they've broken through. 1-0 here. Oh, big opportunity. Well, he failed to deliver that time.
Well, the manager can't hide his disappointment in not extending the lead there. It's still on a knife edge.
It's a weighted pass. And diving to thwart him. Well, he would love to have that header back. A goalkeeper on top of his game.
Well, that's like the other end, the striker putting it in the net. The goalkeeper has to keep it.
The cut back. Crucial intervention just then amid impending danger. Weighted ball from Aubameyang. And it's gone in! Beyond the goalkeeper, Arsenal level. Lacazette. Can they forge ahead? Yes is the answer, and that could be oh so important. You know what? He's going to be annoyed with himself given the position he was in, Lee.
Well, yeah, they worked it really well, didn't he? He's got in a position to score and